Hi friends, I just want to show you what I've been doing lately to prevent skin breakdown. I'll post some pictures, but through my previous wound care and ostomy team, whenever I would have skin breakdown, they were having me put on a powder and then a skin repair ointment. It was the 3M Wand. And whenever I would use these products, I would break out in a huge rash, and I can post some pictures of the rash. But the last rash that I got, it went all the way down my face, in my ear, down my chest, in the middle, and then on my abdomen where I actually applied the products. And it is unclear at this time whether it is the powder that is causing the rash or if it was the 3M wand with the ointment in it. And I'll link those products down below, the two that I'm talking about, because I did get rid of them because I'm not, every time I ended up with a rash, I think I've had 3 or 4 rashes, and I've been on steroids every time to get the rash to go away, and I don't want to keep doing that. So I did go to a new wound care ostomy nurse and told her what I was doing, and she's been doing this for like 30-40 years or something, and she was like, actually, you don't need those products because you don't have a weeping wet wound. That's what those for. And she said that 3M wand is really for like very, very intense, deep skin breakdown that I would see as a nurse on like a sacral area, where you're like getting into the tissue and the bone and stuff like that. She's like, we don't use that kind of stuff on our wounds here. So I'm not sure, you know, you're going to get different advice when you go to different people, and that's what I was looking for because I just wasn't getting the help that I needed with this rash. And I actually have an appointment in January with a ostomy peristomal skin allergist. That is a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. When I talked about this with my care team, they weren't very optimistic about the outcomes with this allergist, but it is a thing that exists. It's probably just rare. When I told this to my new care team, they didn't even know that that existed. So it must be a very specialized and very unique thing that I happen to have access to at one of my hospitals. So I am still going to go because I have been a very sensitive skin type of person in the past. Like, I use fragrance-free pretty much everything, lotions, soaps, and even fragrance-free can bother me sometimes, where I've gone to like the all-natural holistic products and those work better. And it's bizarre like how sensitive my skin can be. So anyway, she told me she said less is more. A lot of the ostomy products are meant for your skin, and if I have skin breakdown, just to leave it alone basically, and don't really do anything. But she said, you know, to prevent the skin breakdown, she gave me a new alternative to how I'm gonna wear my Sarah ring. This is what goes around your stoma, and how I'm going to apply it to the phalange. I always mark them with an X because I have this really terrible habit of putting the ring around this, and this is actually a sticker, and then I ruin the thing. So I always mark it. So I'm like, you didn't do it yet, dum-dum. I do that for myself. So I've already pre-cut my phalange here. I am a 25 millimeter, and the phalange, I use a 2-piece system. I like this much better, and I do not have a filter on my bag. I did find a bag, and I use Hollister products. As far as I know, this says Sarah Plus, but I think it's Hollister still. Anyways, I use a 2-piece system because I just have been doing better with it, and also this system does not have a filter. I was getting leaks constantly through the filter, and I was told to just put a piece of tape over it, like medical tape, and that none of those tips or tricks worked. I ended up going to an ostomy walk, and I met one of the reps there, and they found these products for me, a filterless bag, because I don't produce a lot of gas. And I have a filterless bag. The filterless bag is Hollister 18112, 44 millimeter, 1 1/3 inches. That's what I have here. And I always label my bag when I'm gonna change it next. Tonight's Tuesday night. I'm gonna change it Wednesday morning, so I often will pre-prepare things. I don't normally pre-prepare the flange and the ring, but I'm just gonna do that tonight because I don't wanna make this in the morning. But I always put on there when I'm gonna change it because I just don't wanna forget what I did. So what I'll do, and what this ostomy nurse told me to do, because my stoma is pretty flat, it's very similar to this. It doesn't protrude very much. So a lot of it can get just kind of stuck against my body. And then I say this is my abdomen. I start to get skin breakdown here. So this is the stoma, and then this is my abdomen skin. And you know, your digestive system is meant to digest things. So I start to get skin breakdown right here underneath. So I don't see it when I'm looking down. I don't understand why I'm having pain around my abdomen, and then I have to take one of these super soft kind of towelettes, and I'll lift the stoma and I'll go, there's skin breakdown down there. Then I would use those products and get the rash, etc. So what she told me to do was to take my ring and actually make, you can see this phalange here is convex, so it sticks out, and so when it's against my body, it's actually pushing the stoma through the phalange even more, so it'll push through even more instead of being so flat. You can see how it would just like collect moisture right here, right? So she told me to use this ring in order to push it even more. They want me to use a belt. You know, this is an area where a belt would connect and press against your body and this phalange and like push your stoma into the bag even more, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I tried it for a little while and I just didn't like how it was like digging into my body, and I didn't find that to be very comfortable or flattering either as a woman, right? So you know, just have something kind of digging into your body. So I don't use that, but I will use this trick that she's told me. So some people put the ring around their stoma and then apply the phalange and the bag and stuff. I don't do that. I've actually always done it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, this sticker, because if you're not familiar, this is what will stick against your body. So now this is very sticky. I'm gonna take my ring and I'm gonna cut it. And I cut it through this little tab so that I can still separate the tab. So now I have two pieces. And then I'm gonna take these little stickers off. And now I just have this ring. I'm actually gonna fold it in half and I'm gonna roll it so it creates more of bulk. We're gonna make it more bulky so it's not so flat. So now I have a bulky ring and I'm gonna apply that to the outer edge of the circle of the phalange. And I kind of look through the other side and like make sure it's lining up nicely. So you can see like how much further it's even sticking out here. And then I do the same thing with the other side. Take those little stickers off, fold it in half and kind of roll it so that it's bulky, a little bit thicker. And then just apply that as well. And now I've made my convex even more convex. So when I push that against my body, it's gonna push the stoma even further into the flange here. And then when I put this on my body, I put this on first and it sticks, you know, onto the stoma. The stoma will pop through. and then I will clamp the bag and then hold it down, apply the heat, however you like to do that. Some people use hair dryers, etc. And then that's how I apply my bag. And so far, no skin breakdown. Like, it's been really, really great. And I've been really, really happy with that. And then as far as how I take my bag off, she didn't recommend using any kind of adhesive removers, but I did it once and I didn't care for that experience. So I do use the Esenta adhesive remover to peel the old bag off. And then if I do have any kind of itchy skin, I do have like a steroid spray, but I try not to use that really. I use a little Caladryl or calamine lotion. This dries dry. If you use regular lotion, your bag's just gonna fall off. But if you use like a Caladryl, which is meant for itchy skin, I just apply a little dot to the back of my hand, and then I just apply that around the itchy areas. And then I usually use my flange here to like dry myself. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, and then if I still have itchy skin, instead of like doing all those skin repair products, they told me to use Duoderm. They use Duoderm to, I've already used some of it actually. This is a 4x4 that I cut a little piece off, cut it to the size, and then I would stick it around the different areas underneath the sticker. But they use this on neonatal little infant babies that are just born premature, etc. Sometimes they'll have tubes or wires on their face or on their body, and they'll put this Duoderm there to protect from skin breakdown from like the tubes and stuff. And so it's meant for very, very sensitive skin. And so I just bought some of this and I had applied it underneath the sticker. So I applied this first, let it dry, and then, which it dries really fast, especially when you do just like a little dot and a thin layer. And then you put this on there. This is sticky on the underside. And then I put the, phalange right over the top of it. And my skin has been healing. This promotes skin healing, especially for something that's like a weeping open, like very deep wound. And my skin's been healing. The allergy is basically gone. I have one on right now with the Duoderm under there, and it's been 2 days. Tomorrow's my 3rd day. I'm gonna change it, and it's been working just fine. So I'm pretty thrilled about that. She did also recommend, sometimes they have these extender tabs or like extra edges that you can put underneath here to protect your skin if you like to use that. I did. It still irritated me a little bit. So Duoderm has been the best for me for my very, very sensitive skin. But as far as just breakdown like around the stoma, this elevating the stoma has been the best to make sure that the stoma goes through the phalange a little bit more, and I don't need to wear a belt so far. So that's what I've been doing to help my skin, and I'm just glad I got a second opinion because I was not happy with my first opinion, and it's a really great, like, renowned hospital, and I was underwhelmed with the return time on my service and my ability to even get in or get something answered. I was much more helped. I had better service just going to like my local hospital. So those are some things that I have experienced with my super sensitive, irritated skin, and changing the bag. So the only time I would leak was through that filter. I rarely leaked much through here, except for occasional, skin breakdown, which this seems to be helping so great. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the little tips and tricks that I have, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.